a second. I am going to try to get this recorded. It doesn't show that it's okay. Yep, we're recording. Okay, so we are going to try this again. And goodness, I felt like I just really shared what was on my heart earlier, and come to find out you all could not hear anything. So first of all, I just want to say that I hope that you are doing well in the midst of this storm on this Sunday afternoon. I know that all of us, kind of process things differently. All of us, handle stress and anxiety differently. And so I want to be sensitive today to that because, again, I know that everybody's in a different situation as we speak right now. Some of you are still blessed to be working. Some of you have kids and your childcare situation is up in the air. Some of you work and have been now had to stay home. Some of you are more mature and retired and you can't get out of your house at all. So I just think that we're all in a different spot, and so I want to be sensitive to where everybody's at. And if you think that I'm just a little bit too excited and bubbly today, you know what, forgive me, because I have not been like that, but the second that I know that I am talking to consultants and I have an audience of people that I love with important information to share, that excites me. And just being on here just fills me up. So I just, again, want to be sensitive to everybody and don't think I'm just too happy, okay? Because I am excited to share with you all today. And I think today, and I know that all of you are feeling this way too, I feel so abundantly blessed. We are all blessed. And, through this, I think that's what we're recognizing more than all right now is that we are so blessed to have a roof over our head, and we are so blessed to have food on our table. And, some of us are closer to family than others, but when we just look at the big scheme of things, we are truly blessed. And I think that we will look at everything differently when this comes to pass. Hopefully the things that we have just taken so for granted that we probably never even think to give God praise for, we are now saying, thank you, Lord, for this. And I hope that we can continue to be so thankful for that. I know over the weekend, Maddie and I were talking, and she said that she was trying to just be thankful from the moment she got up, just to everything she touched. And so when you think about that, you think about all the things that you touch from the moment your feet hit the floor and you start the routine of your day, how many things we have to be thankful for. But I want to share with you all some important company info and some just important things of how you might be working your business. And this is important information, whether you're a personal use consultant who is just out there getting your own products, from those who have just a few customers that they service, and then those who are working their business on a much larger scale that still has goals in front of them that they're thinking about. So, or it is the income, it is your income solely doing your Mary Kay business. So again, what I want to share with today affects all of us, no matter what level we're at. So first off, I want to share that 3 out of 5 of our distribution centers have been forced to close. Okay, so that leaves us 2 distribution centers open. Obviously, I don't know what's going to happen with that. The company doesn't know what's going to happen with that. Because we're not in control of that situation. Our company didn't want to shut down the distribution centers that they had to, but they were forced to. Will they be forced to shut down 2 more? I don't know. So, but what I want to encourage you today is to be prepared for that, should that happen. Okay, so that's going to look a little bit different for everybody. So if you are a personal use consultant, obviously it's just going to be important for you to make sure that you have the products on hand that you want and that you don't run out. One thing's for certain is no matter if we are forced to work from home or we are still blessed to get to go to our job, we are still going to wash our face. That's just how us women are. We are still going to do that. Now, if we get to work from home, it might be that we're not going to put any glamour products on, but we're still going to wash and take care of our face. And that's going to be across the board. And I don't know if you've ever heard this, but in a time of crisis or recession, there's three things that don't take a decrease, okay? And that is alcohol and tobacco. Sales, as far as cosmetic sales, is high up there, I guess, because a lipstick's going to make everybody feel good. And then the other thing is entertainment usually doesn't either. But in this situation, obviously that is changing too, because people search for the things that make them feel good. So that's kind of important to know in this too. So with that being said, if you're working your business on a bigger level, then I want you to think about the products that you have on your shelf, and can you service your customers for, a given length of time, okay? You may want to reach out to your customers and let them know that 3 of our 5 distribution centers have closed. We do not know, what the future holds as far as the other ones, but is there things that they're going to need, that they want or need now, or what are they going to need in the few weeks to come? Now, because everybody is in a different place in their business, it might be that you need your customers to pay in order for their product up front in order to be that. So I encourage you to do that quick if you can. And then there's others of us that may just need to stock some additional products so that when our customers need them, we know that we have them available. Okay, so I just want you to be thinking about that. Also, with this being just a different time and a different season, we are all finding that we are working our business differently. Okay, there is so much information out there, I know, about working your business virtually. And I think that can be overwhelming. It's been overwhelming for me, especially if you're not really the person that likes to go live, or you are not really the techno person, then this has been extremely overwhelming for you. So let me just give you some tips on this. And honestly, it might even be that you're in a position that you go, oh my gosh, you know what, I may have to step this up because I need this business for extra income. And that might be you as well. So these are some things that's going to help everybody, no matter where you're at. One thing I want to encourage you to do is, there was a virtual career conference, because all of our career conferences had to cancel, and that's out there in our Facebook group, because this is going to go out to everybody, even via text message. But if you're watching it live on Facebook, then in this group is a link. I really want to encourage you to watch that. It's just uplifting, and they give you ideas too about taking kind of that next step and do what you know to do, and just take a small step that can lead to some bigger steps, but just making that decision where it would be good for you to start. Okay, so I'll say this from just my personal standpoint is, I'm not one to go live on my public page. I don't do a lot of makeup tutorials or anything like that. That's always been a little out of my comfort zone. The first time that I went live on this Facebook group, even though it's closed and it's just consultants, I was nervous. I was nervous for a few times. But then when I started getting feedback from you all that it was helpful information, and I wanted you to hear my voice rather than a text, or I wanted you to see my face versus just getting a Voxer message. So when I started getting that feedback, then it became easier for me to do it. So I think that this is going to push us out of our comfort zone, which in the end can be a good thing, because I think there's so much more inside of all of us that we don't even know we can do, but we have to be pushed out. And so this can push us out, but we don't have to like jump off the bridge, okay? We can do it just in the small steps. So it might just be, just like I did, the first Facebook recording. So I am happy to talk with you individually so that we can kind of talk about where could you start, okay? And it might be that you just start by using company videos that are shareable that talk about different products, and you can use those on your private Facebook group, and set one of those up if you don't have that. So there's a lot of steps that we can do here, but I'm going to encourage you to go out and watch that virtual career conference because it's recorded, and if you watch that all the way through, give me your feedback and let me know so that you can get in on the $100 drawing. Okay, now some other things that you can think about doing is, some of you may already have company samples on hand. So a company sample is going to look like this. I mean, you may have different ones. This is like time-wise 3D samples, okay? And then we also can sample things up in small containers. So one word that I want you to get used to using during this process is the word comfortable. And that is asking people what they're comfortable with, and in turn, what are you comfortable with? Okay, so right now, I am still very comfortable in meeting with somebody one-on-one. I do have a little studio that I have, and when I say studio, I know that sounds like big, but it's just a small room, and it's just a table set up with chairs, and it's decorated really cute, and it's just a place for me to meet people, to do facials or do a small party or do a kickoff party for somebody. And so that's cleaned and it's sanitized, so I'm comfortable inviting somebody there. We distance ourselves, so I'm still perfectly comfortable with that. I have 4 people this week that want to get with me, and they're excited about it, okay? And they're comfortable with that, and I am comfortable with that. Okay, there's going to be other people, and they may change their mind. They may change their mind as days come, and they say, I was comfortable with it, but I'm not now. And you know what? That is so okay. All right. So another thing that you can do with your samples is you can get these, and these just come from the Dollar Tree. These came from Hobby Lobby, and you can, if you put the product in a little bag, then you're just going to snip the end and they can use that. But what you have to share with them is, I'm going to have to send you the samples in these kind of containers. I will wear gloves to put them in there, and they'll be coming out of my demo tube, so I'm not touching the product. Are you comfortable with that? Okay, and you can send it. So I want to give a huge shout out to Mandy Bays. Yesterday she did her very first, and I'm talking stepping out of your comfort zone. She decided that she would do and try a Facebook Live. So she sent some samples to her customer. They did it live. She loved the product she used, and it was $113 facial just by reaching out and doing this online. Here's what I think that we're going to be surprised is the number of people that want to do this. Because if people are in their house, they're looking for something different and fun. They're looking for that pampering session, even though you're not there with them. They're still looking for that time for themselves. And again, this is a great time to learn about skincare. Sometimes people say, I just don't have time, I don't have time. But you know what? They have time now. So again, if you're comfortable reaching out, they're going to let you know how they feel about that as well. Consultants are having $100 days like crazy because they're reaching out. Okay, now because this is the second time I've done this video already, I'm like, oh my gosh, did I say that? Did I say this? So let me say this again. One of my sales director's friends sent out a message to her customers. She has a very large customer base, and she sent out letting them know that 3 of the 5 distribution centers had closed. She wanted to reach out, see what they needed. Was there anything they were going to need in the next few days? And the response was incredible. Okay, so again, people want to know. All right, don't you want to know? I want to know, and then I can have a choice of what I want to do. And so let's not allow us stepping out of our comfort zone to cheat women out of anything that can bring them joy right now. And you might be the only joy they get. All right, so let's remember those things. Let me just kind of glance here because I just want to make sure there was nothing else that I wanted to share with you all, and that maybe I shared before. Mainly, I want you to reach out. If there's something that you want to do in the business, reach out, text me, let me know so I can help you have a next step that's comfortable for you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep reaching out to your customers. This is a great time to get color confident, to get your training in, to do your MK University, because when you complete those things, then every event we go to, that's on your little bling badge. So this is a great opportunity to really hone in on some training. But again, try not to be overwhelmed. It may mean that you have to jump off of social media a little bit to not be so overwhelmed about it, but there's so much that you can do for your texting to your customers. All right. This is, believe it or not, a great opportunity to follow up with people who may have thought about becoming a consultant, because again, this is an awesome time to be able to get their training in if they're at home a little more than normal. So again, what we need to do is be prayerful, have discernment of not crossing any boundaries, but who to reach out to and what to say and what to do. So again, I'm praying for you all. You all pray for me, and I look forward to you guys reaching out and letting me know how I can help you in the next step to your business that would be comfortable for you. So you all have a great Sunday. But I wanted to let you know about the 3 of the 5 distribution centers closing so that you could be in the know and be prepared, and it not be a surprise to you. So again, have a great day, and I will talk with you soon.